Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, why isn't my body responding anymore? You eat clean, you work out, but nothing changes. Here's the truth, your body isn't broken. It's your hormones calling for help. And once you reset them, everything changes. Your energy, your mood, your metabolism, your confidence. Welcome to Woman Healthy Tips, where we decode the real science behind women's health and help you feel incredible in your own skin again. Today we're diving deep into one powerful idea. Your body isn't broken, you just need to reset your hormones. The body is not broken. It's speaking a language most of us have forgotten to understand. Every ache, craving, and sudden dip in energy is a signal, a whisper from within, trying to guide you back to balance. When women start feeling that something is off, the fatigue that lingers, the mood swings that appear out of nowhere, or the stubborn belly fat that refuses to leave, it's easy to think the body is failing, yet the truth is the opposite. The body is not malfunctioning, it's communicating. Hormones are messengers, constantly adjusting to the way you eat, sleep, move, and handle stress. They dictate everything from hunger to happiness, and when they're out of sync, you feel it. But those uncomfortable symptoms are not signs of a broken system. They're a cry for attention. Imagine your body as a loyal friend who's been with you through everything. That friend doesn't scream at first. She sends gentle signals, a craving here, a wave of tiredness there, maybe some irritability before your cycle. Each one is a message, saying something in your lifestyle is creating imbalance. When you skip meals, your body raises cortisol to keep you going. When you don't sleep, your hormones that control appetite and stress get tangled. When you constantly diet or overwork, your body feels unsafe and slows everything down to protect you. These reactions are not flaws. They're intelligent survival responses that once kept our ancestors alive. The modern world simply pushes the body to do too much, too fast, with too little nourishment or rest, and the hormones react accordingly. Listening to your body begins with noticing patterns. For 1 week, try paying close attention to your energy levels, hunger signals, and emotions. You might notice that certain foods leave you bloated or exhausted, or that skipping breakfast makes you crave sweets later. Those are clues. Women often spend years ignoring these hints because we've been taught that discipline means pushing through, but real discipline is awareness, understanding what your body needs, and responding with care instead of criticism. Every time you suppress hunger or push yourself to work out while exhausted, you teach your body it can't trust you. Each time you honor its signals, you rebuild that trust. A woman's hormonal system is delicate but powerful. The rhythm of estrogen, progesterone, insulin, and cortisol determines how smoothly your body runs. When that rhythm is disrupted, it's like playing a song with missing notes you feel out of tune. Symptoms such as irregular cycles, sudden weight gain, or emotional highs and lows are simply notes out of place. When you start listening instead of judging, you can bring them back into harmony. That might mean eating before you're starving, resting before you're drained, or setting boundaries before you're overwhelmed. Small actions like that send a message that your body is safe, and when the body feels safe, hormones can reset naturally. Listening is more than just physical awareness, it's emotional awareness too. The connection between stress and hormones runs deep. When you suppress feelings or constantly stay in fight or flight mode, your adrenal glands overproduce cortisol. This high cortisol not only stores fat around your belly, but also interferes with thyroid function and reproductive hormones. Many women mistake this for aging or slow metabolism, but it's simply the body trying to cope with continuous pressure. The good news is that when you start slowing down, your hormones follow your lead. A few minutes of deep breathing, journaling, or mindful walking can lower cortisol until your body can rest. You don't need dramatic changes, you need consistent calm. Now think about how many times women punish their bodies in the name of fitness or beauty. The diet culture has convinced so many that the key to health is deprivation. But your hormones don't thrive in deprivation, they thrive in nourishment. Skipping meals, cutting out entire food groups, or spending hours in the gym might seem like dedication, but physiologically, it's stress. Your body perceives restriction and overexertion as danger, and when it feels threatened, it holds on to fat, especially around the belly, to protect you. Cortisol rises, metabolism slows, and the body becomes resistant to change. You start to feel stuck, and the more you push, the more your hormones resist. The truth is, your body isn't lazy, it's protecting you. Imagine your metabolism as a thermostat. When it senses warmth and security, enough food, enough rest, enough calm, it stays steady. But when it senses danger, starvation, exhaustion, anxiety, it shuts down to conserve energy. That's why punishing your body backfires. The solution isn't to do more, it's to do smarter. Instead of cutting calories, focus on nourishment. Begin your day with protein to balance blood sugar and give your metabolism the signal that fuel is available. Choose meals that combine healthy fats, complex carbs, and fiber. These nutrients don't just satisfy hunger, they feed your hormones. Overtraining is another silent disruptor. Exercise should energize, not exhaust. Yet many women push themselves into long, punishing workouts, thinking it's the only way to burn fat. When you exercise too, intensely, without recovery, your body keeps cortisol high, and high cortisol tells your body to store fat rather than burn it. That's why some women notice their bellies getting softer despite working out more. Your body isn't failing, it's protecting itself. Rest is part of the process. Lighter workouts like walking, yoga, or strength training done with balance can actually do more for your hormones than hours of high-intensity training. It's not about forcing your body to change, it's about guiding it back into safety so it naturally resets. When women start eating in a way that stabilizes their hormones, everything begins to shift. Energy becomes steady, cravings decrease, moods stabilize, and fat starts to melt away effortlessly. This happens because you're no longer fighting your body, you're cooperating with it. Food becomes nourishment instead of punishment. Movement becomes joy instead of obligation. Sleep becomes sacred instead of negotiable. And most importantly, you stop seeing your body as broken and start seeing it as wise. The power of hormone balance lies in its simplicity. For example, eating a balanced breakfast rich in protein lowers cortisol and stabilizes insulin for the day. Taking a rest day lowers stress hormones and enhances recovery. Getting enough sunlight boosts serotonin and improves sleep quality, which in turn balances hunger hormones like ghrelin and leptin. None of these actions require extreme effort, just understanding and consistency. Hormonal balance isn't about perfection, it's about rhythm. When you find your rhythm, your body responds beautifully. The most freeing realization for any woman is that health doesn't come from restriction, it comes from respect. Respecting your hunger cues, your emotions, your fatigue, and your body's pace is how you reset hormones naturally. If you've spent years trying to control your body through willpower, it's time to try a different approach. Partnership. Your body isn't something to fix, it's something to understand. Each symptom is feedback, not failure. When you treat your body with patience and care, it rewards you with energy, balance, and vitality. Learning to listen to your body is the foundation of hormonal healing, and choosing nourishment over punishment is the practice that sustains it. Every woman deserves to feel light, energetic, and confident in her body, and that begins when you realize your body is not your enemy. It has never been against you. It has only ever been trying to protect you. When you eat enough, rest enough, and stop pushing through exhaustion, your hormones begin to trust you again. That's when metabolism awakens, stress eases, and weight begins to release naturally. A healthy body isn't built from perfection, but from awareness. Awareness of how you feel after meals, how you respond to stress, how your body reacts to different routines. Awareness helps you make small, powerful changes, choosing a walk instead of another hour at the gym, adding an avocado to your salad, or saying no to things that drain your energy. These aren't just lifestyle choices, they're hormonal choices. Every action you take either restores balance or creates imbalance. The more you choose calm, nourishment, and sleep, the more your hormones find their natural reset point. Your body's only goal is to protect and sustain you. When you give it nourishment instead of deprivation, rest instead of overexertion, and calm instead of chaos, your hormones begin to reset on their own. You don't need complicated diets or harsh workouts to heal. You just need to listen, to trust, and to create an environment where your body feels safe again. Because the truth will always remain the same. Your body isn't broken, it's beautifully designed to heal when you let it. Sleep is not a luxury or something to fit in when you have time left at the end of the day. It is one of the most powerful tools for resetting your hormones and restoring your body's natural rhythm. When you sleep deeply, your body isn't just resting, it's recalibrating every system, repairing tissues, and regulating hormones that control appetite, stress, and metabolism. Missing this crucial process night after night quietly disrupts everything. You wake up groggy, crave sugar or caffeine, and feel constantly tired yet wired. That cycle is not a sign of weakness, it's a hormonal imbalance caused by lack of restorative sleep. Your hormones depend on sleep as much as they depend on food, and when you consistently deprive yourself of it, your body goes into emergency mode trying to compensate for the imbalance. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, a key player in cellular repair and fat metabolism. At the same time, cortisol levels drop, insulin sensitivity improves, and the hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, rebalance. Without enough sleep, cortisol remains high, and insulin becomes resistant, leading to fat storage and erratic energy levels. Many women struggle to lose weight or regulate their mood, unaware that the missing link isn't their diet, but their bedtime routine. Think of your body as a smartphone. No matter how powerful it is, if you never plug it in, it will eventually shut down. Sleep is your charger. It powers the hormones that manage your metabolism, immune function, and emotional stability. Restorative sleep starts long before you actually close your eyes. The hour before bed sets the hormonal tone for the night. When you're scrolling your phone or working late under bright light, your brain keeps producing cortisol and suppresses melatonin, the sleep hormone. That's why you might feel tired but unable to fall asleep. Creating a pre-sleep ritual tells your body that it's safe to power down. Dimming the lights, stretching gently, reading something calm, or even taking a warm shower helps signal to your nervous system that it's time to shift from alertness to restoration. Your hormones thrive on rhythm, so maintaining a consistent bedtime can be more powerful than any supplement or treatment. Caffeine is another subtle disruptor that confuses your sleep hormones. It keeps cortisol elevated and blocks the receptors that signal fatigue. Even if you don't feel wired, caffeine consumed late in the day can reduce deep sleep quality without you realizing it. The body may be asleep, but the hormones aren't resting. Over time, this creates what feels like chronic fatigue, where no amount of sleep feels enough. Learning when to stop caffeine, ideally by early afternoon, gives your body a chance to transition naturally into a lower cortisol state by evening. Pair that with a nourishing dinner that includes protein and complex carbohydrates to stabilize blood sugar overnight, and your hormones can finally repair and rejuvenate while you rest. Hormonal reset through sleep also depends on what happens during the day. Exposure to natural light in the morning helps synchronize your internal clock. When your eyes sense daylight early, your body knows when to release melatonin later, creating a natural cycle of wakefulness and rest. The problem for many women is living disconnected from that cycle. Late nights, artificial lighting, and constant stimulation from screens confuse the circadian rhythm, leading to disrupted sleep and chaotic hormones. Getting outside, even for a few minutes in the morning, can recalibrate this rhythm and make sleep deeper and more refreshing. It's a small act with a massive hormonal payoff. The benefits of good sleep extend far beyond rest. Women who prioritize sleep often notice clearer skin, better digestion, balanced appetite, and improved mood. These are all reflections of hormonal harmony. Estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, and insulin all communicate with one another during rest. When one is out of balance, it ripples through the others. That's why irregular sleep patterns can worsen PMS, increase cravings, or intensify anxiety. When you start treating sleep as a foundational part of your wellness routine instead of a reward, your body responds quickly. Hormonal repair doesn't happen in chaos, it happens in calm. And sleep is the calmest, most powerful medicine your body already knows how to use. Balancing blood sugar is another essential pillar in resetting your hormones. Every time your blood sugar spikes and crashes, your hormones scramble to stabilize it, often at the cost of balance elsewhere. Insulin, the hormone responsible for moving glucose into your cells, works closely with cortisol, estrogen, and thyroid hormones. When your blood sugar is stable, your energy remains consistent, your mind stays clear, and your metabolism stays efficient. But when it swings too high or too low, everything starts to spiral. You feel tired, hungry, and moody, and your body stores more fat. This roller coaster not only drains energy, but also disrupts the communication between your hormones, creating a cycle of cravings and fatigue that feels impossible to break. The first step to breaking that cycle is understanding how food affects your blood sugar. Simple carbohydrates and sugary foods cause a rapid rise in glucose, forcing insulin to work overtime to bring it down. This quick spike is followed by an inevitable crash, which triggers hunger and cravings, especially for more sugar or caffeine. The constant highs and lows confuse your metabolism and make your hormones work harder than they should. The solution isn't to avoid carbs completely, but to eat them in balance with protein and healthy fats. These nutrients slow down digestion and keep blood sugar steady. A breakfast of eggs and avocado or oatmeal with nuts can provide lasting energy and prevent mid-morning crashes. When you eat in a way that stabilizes blood sugar, your hormones respond with calm instead of chaos. The timing of your meals also influences hormonal balance. Long gaps between eating can raise cortisol and lower blood sugar, creating irritability and fatigue. On the other hand, constant snacking can keep insulin elevated all day, preventing fat burning. Finding a rhythm that works for your body, usually 3 balanced meals with room for small, nutrient-dense snacks, if needed, helps your hormones regulate naturally. Listening to hunger and fullness cues rather than strict dieting rules is another way of rebuilding trust with your body. It prevents the stress response that often accompanies rigid eating patterns. When your body feels nourished consistently, it stops holding on to fat and begins functioning efficiently again. Many women underestimate the role of stress in blood sugar management. Emotional stress raises cortisol, which in turn raises glucose levels even when you're not eating. That's why chronic stress can lead to weight gain or insulin resistance, even in women who eat well. Managing stress isn't just about mindset, it's a hormonal strategy. Deep breathing, stretching, or simply taking a few minutes to slow down between tasks can prevent cortisol spikes that disrupt blood sugar balance. It's small, daily, calm moments that create stability, not occasional breaks after burnout. Your hormones need evidence that you're safe, and consistent calm is that evidence. Fiber is another often overlooked hero in blood sugar regulation. It slows digestion, reduces glucose spikes, and feeds beneficial gut bacteria that support hormonal health. Including vegetables, fruits, beans, and whole grains in your meals not only stabilizes blood sugar but also improves estrogen metabolism. The gut and liver work together to process and eliminate excess hormones, so when digestion is sluggish, hormonal imbalances can worsen. Hydration plays a supporting role as well. Dehydration thickens the blood and makes glucose regulation more difficult. Drinking enough water throughout the day helps your body transport nutrients efficiently and maintain stable energy. One of the simplest ways to balance blood sugar is to pay attention to the order in which you eat your food. Research shows that eating fiber and protein before carbohydrates can reduce glucose spikes significantly. For example, starting a meal with a salad or vegetables before moving on to rice or bread can have a noticeable impact on how your body processes sugar. These small, mindful adjustments allow your hormones to stay in harmony without extreme diets or restrictions. It's not about perfection, but awareness, and awareness leads to change that lasts. Stable blood sugar also supports mental clarity and emotional stability. When glucose levels crash, you might feel anxious, irritable, or foggy. This isn't just a mental issue, it's a hormonal one. The brain relies heavily on a steady supply of glucose to function, and when that supply is inconsistent, your mood and focus suffer. By keeping blood sugar balanced, you keep your brain and hormones communicating effectively. This not only improves physical health but emotional resilience. Hormonal balance creates a sense of inner calm that reflects in your energy and confidence. When you combine consistent sleep with balanced blood sugar, you create the foundation for total hormonal reset. The body begins to function in rhythm again. Insulin, cortisol, and growth hormone align. Cravings lessen, energy increases, and your metabolism responds with strength instead of resistance. These are not quick fixes, but natural consequences of giving your body what it has always needed. Sleep and balanced nutrition are not just wellness trends, they are biological necessities for hormonal harmony. When you nourish your body with rest and stable fuel, you're reminded that it's not broken. It is capable, intelligent, and perfectly designed to heal when given the right conditions. For years, women have been told to fear fats, to cut them out of meals, to see them as the reason for weight gain and hormonal issues. Yet the truth is the opposite. Healthy fats are not the problem. They are the foundation your hormones depend on to function properly. Every hormone in your body, from estrogen to progesterone to cortisol, is made from cholesterol and healthy fatty acids. When you deprive your body of these vital nutrients, your hormonal system loses its building blocks. It's like trying to build a house without bricks. The structure can't stand strong, and soon, symptoms of imbalance begin to appear. Irregular cycles, fatigue, brain fog, dry skin, or even low mood are often signs that your body is not getting the essential fats it needs to produce hormones in balance. The modern low-fat obsession started decades ago, but what it truly did was create generations of women with hormone chaos. When fats were removed, sugar and processed carbs took their place, causing blood sugar spikes and inflammation that further disrupted hormones. Yet, the body was never meant to run on sugar alone. Fats provide the steady energy and nourishment that keep your hormones grounded. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish, walnuts, and chia seeds help calm inflammation and support cell membranes that make hormone communication smooth. Monounsaturated fats like those in olive oil and avocado nurture heart health while providing the cholesterol your body transforms into hormones. Even saturated fats from clean sources like coconut oil or eggs are crucial in small amounts because they stabilize cell function and aid hormone synthesis. A woman's hormonal system is incredibly sensitive to what she eats. When you restrict healthy fats for too long, your body senses scarcity. It slows down reproductive function to conserve energy, which can lead to irregular periods, fertility challenges, and emotional ups and downs. Many women who eat low-fat diets often report feeling anxious, fatigued, or emotionally flat, not realizing that hormones like estrogen and progesterone directly influence mood and mental clarity. Without enough healthy fats, these hormones can't be produced at normal levels, and the body begins to prioritize survival over balance. The result is a system constantly struggling to keep up. Adding fats back into your diet doesn't mean indulging recklessly, but choosing them wisely and consistently. Start by adding a handful of nuts to your snacks, cooking with olive oil instead of processed vegetable oils, or incorporating avocado into your meals. These small changes create a ripple effect. Your hormones begin to regulate, your energy stabilizes, and your skin and hair reflect the nourishment from within. Women who shift from fearing fat to embracing it often notice they feel more satisfied after meals. This is because fat slows digestion, keeping you full and helping to regulate insulin. When insulin is stable, cortisol levels also stabilize, creating a chain reaction of hormonal balance. Healthy fats are also essential for the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which play key roles in hormonal health. Vitamin D supports the thyroid, vitamin E protects reproductive hormones, and vitamin K helps regulate insulin. Without dietary fat, these nutrients can't be absorbed properly, no matter how nutritious your meals appear. The key is to create a balance. Too little fat leaves your hormones starving, while too much processed or trans fat causes inflammation and resistance. The right types of fat tell your body it is safe, nourished, and ready to function as designed. That sense of safety is vital because hormones respond to how secure the body feels. Nourishment communicates safety. Deprivation communicates threat. When the body feels nourished, it releases stress and begins to heal. The fear of fat often comes from misunderstanding calories. Women have been conditioned to count numbers instead of listening to hunger and fullness cues. Yet the body doesn't thrive on numbers, it thrives on signals. When you eat nutrient-dense fats, you send a signal of abundance to your hormonal system. That abundance tells your metabolism it can relax and function efficiently. When you restrict too harshly, you send the opposite message, and your body clings to every calorie as a form of protection. This is why women who eat healthy fats often lose weight more easily than those who cut them out. It's not about less, it's about smarter. Your body rewards nourishment, not deprivation. Just as food influences hormones, the mind does too. Stress is one of the most underestimated hormonal disruptors in a woman's life. When your body senses stress, whether from a chaotic schedule, emotional tension, or constant worry, it releases cortisol to help you cope. Cortisol is essential in small amounts, but when it stays elevated for too long, it begins to interfere with nearly every other hormone in your body. High cortisol can block progesterone, raise blood sugar, slow thyroid function, and even make the body resistant to fat loss. That's why many women find that no matter how clean their diet or consistent their workouts, their results stall when they're constantly stressed. Chronic stress tells your body that it's in danger, and when the body believes that, it holds on to energy reserves. It conserves rather than burns. From an evolutionary standpoint, that makes sense. The body's priority is survival, not appearance. The problem is that modern life constantly triggers this survival response. The endless to-do lists, rushing, multitasking, and emotional pressure all signal to your hormones that the environment isn't safe. This message disrupts the delicate balance your body needs to function optimally. Calming your mind is not a luxury. It's an essential part of hormonal health. Every moment of stillness tells your body that the threat has passed and it can focus on healing. You don't need hours of meditation or expensive retreats to achieve this. Sometimes it starts with a few deep breaths between tasks, a short walk outside, or a moment of silence with your eyes closed. These small pauses activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for rest and repair. When you engage it, cortisol lowers, insulin stabilizes, digestion improves, and your reproductive hormones begin to balance again. Your body thrives in calm, not chaos. Many women underestimate how much their thoughts affect their hormones. When you constantly criticize your body or live in guilt over food, you create emotional stress that feels just as real to your system as physical stress. This keeps cortisol elevated and prevents hormonal harmony. The mind and body communicate continuously. When your thoughts are gentle and your environment supportive, your hormones mirror that calm. Simple practices like gratitude journaling, mindful breathing, or even gentle stretching before bed can reprogram your nervous system to relax more easily. Movement also plays a role in calming the mind. Gentle forms of exercise like yoga, tai chi, or walking can lower stress hormones and increase endorphins, the body's natural mood stabilizers. These activities don't just shape the body, they reset the mind. When paired with proper nourishment and enough rest, they create the ideal environment for hormonal balance. The key is consistency. The body learns through repetition. If you give it daily doses of calm, it learns to stay balanced even in challenging moments. Stress management isn't about eliminating stress completely, which is impossible in the modern world, but about teaching your body how to recover from it quickly. That recovery is what keeps hormones healthy. When cortisol spikes briefly and then drops back down, it strengthens your resilience. When it stays high for too long, it drains your energy and disrupts your entire hormonal network. Learning to calm your mind helps shorten those spikes and restore balance faster. A powerful way to help your body reset after stress is through breath. Slow, deep breathing signals the brain that you're safe, lowering cortisol within minutes. It's something you can do anywhere, at any time, without tools or cost. The more you practice it, the more your body associates stillness with safety. Over time, your stress threshold increases, meaning it takes more to trigger hormonal imbalance. This is why women who consistently practice calm tend to look and feel younger, sleep better, and handle life's challenges more gracefully. Their bodies have learned how to reset their hormones naturally. When your mind is calm, your body listens. The nervous system and hormonal system are deeply connected and both respond to the energy you carry. If your daily life feels rushed and stressful, your hormones stay in alert mode. If you create even short moments of peace, your body shifts into balance. This doesn't mean avoiding responsibility or pretending life is always easy. It means responding to stress in a way that supports your body instead of punishing it. Hormonal balance is not just a biological process, it's an emotional one. Healthy fats feed your hormones physically, while calm feeds them emotionally. One nourishes through nutrients, the other through energy. Together, they create the foundation for true hormonal healing. Every meal that includes nourishing fats and every moment you choose calm over chaos tells your body the same message: you are safe, you are supported, and you are capable of balance. Your body listens to that message and begins to align itself with it. This is how you reset hormones naturally, not through force, but through understanding. The combination of nourishment and peace allows your hormones to return to their natural rhythm, restoring your energy, clarity, and confidence from the inside out.